Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Good evening and welcome to the Alpha X Clash of Continents here on twitch.tv/AlphaXSC2. My name is Rushy and I will be your caster this evening for our North American qualifier here. This is going to be a 3-day event. We've got a lot of fun things happening here over the course of the next couple of days. We'll be setting up with the North American qualifier here tonight. All of these members are... All of these members are Alpha X members. Sorry. And they will be competing for the chance to play on Sunday. Should be good. But we are going to jump into our first series here. We'll have a bracket for you in just a little bit of time. I'm going to have to kind of wrap this up together. But it's totally fine. Just waiting for our benevolent overlord here to start our first game. And then we will be off and flying. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Should be a good one. I'm excited. Our first matchup is going to be a ZVP, Starkiller versus Mage. Both are very, very accomplished players here. But I have to notice only one man is rocking the banner. But you know, that doesn't mean much. We're going to jump into Acropolis LE here as we get ourselves set up for game number 1. This is going to be a best of 3. I gotta remember how to do all my hotkeys. Yeah, there we go. All right, spawning into the top left-hand corner of Acropolis LE. Our Zerg player, give it up for Starkiller. And spawning in the bottom right, our blue Protoss player, also sporting the Alpha X logo. This is Mage. Alright. I know for a fact I did not turn off my mouse scroll. So, I need to get that done. It's been a while since I've casted, folks, so you'll have to forgive me as I find my way around the keyboard once again here. This is one of the newer maps in the pool. Granted, this pool's been around for a while. This is one of our newer maps in the pool where we've got this really nice tight choke here right outside the natural. Really good for both races here. Allows the Protoss player to be able to block off at the front and have a pretty safe second without a whole lot of defending that needs to be done. The same kind of comes into play for Zerg as well. Zerg has such an easily accessible block off right here to make sure that they can have a rather uncontested second. And honestly, the third's not even that hard to protect either. Yeah, you've got a divided ramp here, but this is actually rather easy to work with, especially if you put a couple of spines at the inside ramp. Drop your queen, forward ramp. Mage checking out to make sure that Starkiller hasn't gone for an early third hatch here. which so far he has not. But when have we ever known Starkiller to play economically? He's not our greedy, but he is our aggressive player here. I feel like the audio is going to be way too loud, so we're going to adjust that. Let's get that to 14. All right, hopefully that's the last you see of the menu here. Rather typical opening here for Mage here, opening up with a Stargate. Stargate's pretty common right now in the ZVP matchup. Getting ready to protect against any of the silly shenanigans that the Zerg players can bring to the table. What's going on, chat? I'm so happy to see you. I'm just now seeing your post from the beginning here. Glad you guys are here. Glad you guys could be with me. It feels good to be back. I know it's been a while. Starkiller gets a nice round on the Adept. I think it's just going to be able to get away here. Oh! Yeah, it's going to get away just with a tiny bit of health. But it's going to go back and tell the tale. There we go. Oracle on the way. So Mage scouting that there are no roaches moving across the map at this point. Makes a safe bet to go for an Oracle first opening. Although there is going to be a wall off here. Well, this is pretty strange. Oh, okay. I guess Starkiller was concerned about units pushing across the map or denying a little bit of scouting. Typically, you see this in ZVZ where the Zerg player walls off completely at the front here and just goes for a really strong timing attack. Doesn't seem to be the case. Yo, Charles, thanks so much for the follow. Oracle comes across the map here. Is going to get a little bit of damage done. Not sure. Oh, we do have, what? I don't even know what you call it anymore. It's been so long. You have the thing where things pop up over here and it tells us how many drones are killed. Well, you know, it's fine. You guys will figure it out. Only one drone death at this time. High quality cast brought to you by Rushy. So, standard play here. Stargate's going to get traded out here for a robotics facility. We're going to see some Immortals stepping out onto the map. Biggest indicator that something's kind of funky here. No Ling speed. Oracle's going to get a tag off on the natural expansion. So anything that Starkiller works on here for the time being is going to get scouted, and it's going to be roaches coming out of most of these larvae. However, he's doing a really patient job of trying to delay the eggs in the natural from hatching as soon as possible. So Mage isn't going to know the entire extent, at least not until he comes in here and scouts with the Oracle. So Oracle's going to get in. What's the Oracle going to see? Oh, okay. Well, it's going to see nothing. It's going to see death waiting for him. A couple of Adepts just chilling outside. And Mage is going to go for the third base expansion here. A little bit of an earlier timing. Usually you see that go down right around 6-minute mark, but this is actually going down and going to be rather secure here. Starkiller's going to need to get some damage done. Just now getting his third base about 2/3 of the way done through production. A Spire going down in the back of the natural. But Mage is not going to go unprepared here. Throwing down some shield batteries, getting a couple cannons. Starkiller's going to have to pinch here, and he's going to have to pinch really hard. These Phoenix are going to have to do some work lifting roaches, but the Immortals are going to go to town. Oh, Starkiller, you've left roaches. Well, all the roaches have been dispatched of, and these roaches are just going to go home and talk about it. That's going to be water cooler conversation. I can't believe the top group went in early. We were going to do ready, set, go. No such luck. But you know that's fine. Roaches are just anchoring down the supply right now as we do a switch into mutas. 10 mutas are on the way. Starkiller had a pretty sizable bank heading into that section. But with Phoenix out on the map, this isn't going to be as powerful for Starkiller as he would like it to. There is always a possibility he could get on top of the Phoenix and just gun them down. But over time, the speed of the Phoenix is going to be the deciding factor. And now that we see our first couple of mutas out on the map, we've lost 12 drones. 13 drones. This is fantastic. I need to watch a little bit more carefully. But I believe it's going to continue to be just more ground forces here. Yeah, reinforced by the fact that there's 5 gateway on the way. But this is going to be a big push out timing for Mage. He's going to march across the map. It's these Phoenix that are incredibly scary right now. The Hydra Den is not quite completed. Roach is going to get caught out. A couple more roaches here that are very, very careful to not be lost. He can't afford to lose too much more here. He is going for a 4th base ahead of this push. So if he can manage to hold this, he'll be in a pretty good spot. But there goes 7 more drones. The Muta's doing work back at home. If he's lucky, he'll force Mage. Oh, if anything, he's forced Mage into the indecision. Mage doesn't want to go in. 25. The Phoenix do get recalled back. And this is what I was talking about here. If the Mutas can jump on top of the Phoenix, it's usually not too bad, but otherwise the range and the speed of the Phoenix will eventually whittle all these away, but not before 25 probes go down. But what's going to be the answer back here for Starkiller? It does look like he has decent supply, but most of his lead is in worker count, so he has to be careful. Force Field's going to go down. Roach Hydra is going to be the answer, but this is kind of an anti-Roach army here between Stalkers and Immortals. Drones do get pulled. Drones are going to be fried left and right, but some very good force fields are going to keep the Hydras at bay while everything kind of gets whittled down. The Starkiller is in trouble. More workers are going down. There's a couple of mutas here spraying at the back of Mage's base. This is where things get dicey. 44 to 34 workers between the two. Starkiller with a slight edge, and it does look like he is just going to barely hold this off. But a warp prison is going to allow Mage to stay on this side of the map. A couple more warp ins, and he should be able to push it back. Second advantage is kicking in, but it's making roaches. Roaches aren't very effective against this Stalker Immortal-based army. But fortunately, Starkiller did clear out the main base of probes from Mage. Here comes a warp into Zealots that will hopefully, for Mage, will hopefully deal the final blow. With all of this considered, Starkiller is definitely wishing he could have Banelings in this mixture, but the time is now. Pushing forward, a couple of vials do connect to some of the Zealots, which is very, very good. Weaving away at the front line of the Protoss. But Mage just doesn't have enough. 4th base of Starkiller is continuing to be functional and create more and more larvae. The transition right now goes into a Brovo Bay. So potential to see either Colossus or Disruptors. I would imagine with this composition, imagine we're going to see Colossus. That seems to match best with this current army style. And with the amount of Hydras out on the map right now, Colossus makes perfect sense. Those Colossus will just shred through a Hydra prominent army. Both players opting to go into a very heavy worker count here. Starkiller still maintaining the advantage, 57 to 47 workers. Robo Bay facility finishing. It is going to be Disruptors. So, Disruptors are very, very strong, but he is going to have to get a couple out here by the time this push arrives. And Starkiller's done a nice job of managing his economy. So, it is going to be a big push coming in here. Mage needs to get this repositioned, or else he is going to lose a couple of these units for free. Starkiller tries to get a jump on the front of this army. He doesn't want to go in too far. There are a couple of sentries here that will engage some force fields. Few workers going down over on the left side of the map. Looks like a couple of zealots were over here. They've been dispatched. Big disruptor shot coming forward and does not connect, but shows the power of the disruptor to Starkiller. 2 more in production. Meanwhile, +1 melee is going into production for Starkiller. He's finally going to pick up some Banelings. I think this is a really good call. He needs something to be able to deal with the bulk of these zealots, which are now actually reaching really, really high numbers. Starkiller going on to a 5th base, while Mage is not expanded as of late. He's still stuck on 50 workers. He really never even populated the bulk of his worker line back in his main, which is kind of a big deal. It's a lot of lost mining time. Mage's gonna try and move out here, but oh, this could be really dicey. No disruptor shots just yet. The lack of Zergling speed is gonna come into play. A couple of big disruptor shots. Oh, land right on top of those Ravagers. That is exactly the connection that Mage needed to stay in this for now. And the fact that there is no Ling speed is really hurting, especially the fact that there is a big Warping the Zealots in the main base. Oh, a cheeky little sentry force field to protect the main base. Workers do get pulled off the line. Only 3 workers lost, but it is a lot of lost mining time that is creating problems here for Starkiller. Starkiller is going to push back across the map. Mage just opting to continue to sit back at home as he amasses his disruptor-heavy army. He's up to 5. 7 looks to be his goal at this point. Couple of Hydras and Banes left back at home. Starkiller does not want to get warped in again. Although these 2 are going to pass a little bit in the night. A couple of Hydras do get picked off. But this is now going to be almost a base race, but it does force Mage back home. Mage is going to try and connect here with the main army forces of Starkiller. And he's going to get boxed in here if he's not careful. Starkiller is going to go all in on this. Oh, managed to kill the disruptor prior to the shot getting off there. A couple of shots don't connect all the way. Some Banelings do manage to get on top of this army, and Mage actually force fields himself away from Starkiller's bulk army here, which does allow Starkiller the opportunity to walk away from this fight, not entirely unscathed. Oh, a couple of Hydras take a little bit of tickle damage there. Nice little concave, except it's not so much concave. I just keep thinking that Starkiller is going to try and make something happen here, and then he just doesn't. But he is going to get aggressive to the 4th base of Mage. I guess he's not going to go for it. Or he's going to let the Lings take care of business, and this is going to be a little bit of a base trade situation. Oh, okay, not too bad. Dodging most of these disruptor shots. But he just doesn't have that much here at home. This is a pretty sturdy army, and he's going to have to be really careful. Bunch of disruptor shots to clean up most of the army back at home. However, the 4th base and the 3rd base are both going to go down. Lots of probes and drones being exchanged between the 2 players, and he does force a recall back home. Picks up the Cyber Core. That's a really nice pickup at this point, just to halt a little bit of that production. But I can't help but feel that Starkiller is continuing to become the victor of these engagements. Even though he is losing large subsets of his army, managing to stay ahead economically. A couple of those big disruptors are going down. Oh, very, very nice connection here with the top side of the army. He does pick up that Immortal. That's actually really, really huge. Taking that down to 1 Immortal in that army for Mage. It's going to be very, very difficult here. 55 workers to 30. That's going to be the story of this game, however. 3rd base did manage to go down. But when you already have 3rd and 4th and you're still up 4 bases to 2 against your opponent, you're actually in a pretty decent spot. Only now is the Cybernetics Core starting to go down. can't help but feel that Mage is on the ropes here. He is still working out the Disruptors, albeit now one by one. So Warp Prism is coming into play as well. But he's not getting the connections he needs. And these Lings are going to be good counters to the fact that there is no Zealot in this composition yet. A really nice shots, trying to land. That one's going to get a big connection there. Lings are going to wrap around the right-hand side and force the rest of the army back. That one does not connect. But now these Lings are going to be able to do some work as these Destructor shots go on to cooldown. Here come the Zealots, so those are going to be able to soak up at least a little bit. A couple of Banelings off here to the left to deal with those. More Disruptor shots are eligible and ready to play. Slowly works away at these Hydras. But as the Disruptor shots are used, he's going to force to back off with them, which does create problems for our Protoss player, who is now on the ropes officially. And he does finally call GG. What a game to open us up here. 20-minute back and forth action takes us all the way to game number 2. So GG is called by the Protoss opponent. And we get ready for game number 2. And I heard that the game is still just a little bit too loud. Deal. Oh, of course, I don't have my towel, I don't think. I'll have to find my towel, so that way you don't have to see the sun dashed across my face here. We'll take this to 70%. Actually, Twitch chat, this is for you. Okay, we're gonna see if I can ixnay on the sunlight, eh? Nope, not with that. Well, you know what? We're just gonna have to deal. We're gonna go into game number 2 here. It's gonna be on Kairos Junction. Game hard. There's the game setting. I can't believe nobody in chat didn't help me. So sad. Well, here we are getting set up into game number 2 between Starkiller and Mage. The winner of this match has the privilege and honor to go on and play Print F in the winners semifinals. So this entire tournament is best of 3 up top. It is double elimination though, so if these players do lose, they are not out of it just yet. Do have a chance to play some best of 1s on the bottom side of the bracket to get them back into the game. We do have some bracket updates to talk about here, but first, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. Kairos Junction LE, sorry, light blue Zerg. Give it up for Starkiller. And spawning in the top left of Kairos Junction are blue Protoss. Make some noise for Mage. Guys, I want to take a quick chance to shout out our sponsors of Alpha X, 24-Hour Fitness, GameStop, and Sector 6. Thank you so much to these businesses for helping make all of these tournaments and games at Alpha X possible. We appreciate their patronage and constant support. Oh, look at Mage getting the full surround here. I want to believe that this is like done by design, but 4 isn't enough. 4 just keeps it steady. But it is going to force some shenanigans over on Starkiller's side of the map. The first Zealot is going to get chronoed out as well. Starkiller is going to cancel this. That is just the inevitability of life. But we will continue to watch it. He's going to get placed down and immediately chased. Oh, he does manage to get the evolution chamber down. Oh, you cheeky boy. All right, now the drone's going to go on the greatest chase of all time. Starkiller does put his second base down in his third expansion. So, a little bit of an inconvenience for Starkiller, but this isn't anything that is going to be devastating. Early evolution chamber. Have to imagine +1 melee is going to be coming out to aid with banelings and zerglings. So that will be interesting to see how that all transpires. As the adept does come across the map, he is going to scout, well, she, because it's an adept, she's going to scout that the second base did not go down to the natural, which it did not. And she's going to try and get a little bit of damage done. One drone does fall. If not careful, she will get whittled away. She should just jump right at the last second. Absolutely. Double checks that the third base expansion did finally go down. And there's the +1 melee. Wouldn't be surprised to see a baneling nest plop down here in the next 20 seconds or so, as that would make for a very, very strong punch potential here at the front wall. There's actually not a whole lot. Shield battery is in the wall. I just need to double check and make sure that it is in fact. Yes, it is. So those are easily bustable. Here comes that baneling nest. And the Lings are going to get a nice pickoff on one of the adepts. That's actually great. And they do sneak in here. Oh, this is devastating damage. Only he's got to make sure that he continues to attack units and not buildings. A couple of shield batteries go down as protection. One of those will get canceled. The Lings are going to get a lot of economic damage done here. If anything, just by delaying what's happening in Mage's base. But it is all as a setup for this incoming Ling flood. We're going to get Lings pushing across the map, and it's going to be just a short amount of time before we see banelings get morphed in. And it's going to be Glaive Adepts as a response from Mage. Now, normally this would be good if the game were going to go past the 6-minute mark. But I'm going to tell you right now that I don't think it will. I think either Starkiller is going to make this happen and it's going to be lights out, or Starkiller's not going to make it happen. He's just going to tap out. I think that is one of our two options here. Now, there is potential for him to swing around here, but it might be too late. Nope, I don't think he saw the banelings, so he's not going to posture up just yet. He can pop the Zealot if he wants to. It's a matter of what he wants to do. He decides to go right after that, makes a great connection with the banelings on both of the shield batteries. Lings flood into the base. A couple of sentries do get warped in to help, but it's not going to be that useful here. Banelings are going to connect with all of the probes. He's plugged the wall, at least for now. Nope, never. This is going to be the end of Mage, and at least in this match, GG is called, and Starkiller takes game number 2 and makes this quite the quick second game. So, Starkiller is going to move on to our winners semifinals to play against Print F. All right. Yeah. So let's see. We need to create a window capture, and we're going to call it bracket. And we want to get the bracket set up here. So let's take a look at the bracket here, folks. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of this on the fly. Hope you guys don't mind. Oh, I have Facebook up. We'll take care of that. Goodbye. Taking a look here, we do have Cuddle Bear 2-0 over Patty Mac. We're still waiting on the results of Asuna versus Daydreamer. I assume the series is complete, but I have not heard or seen any of the results. Print F 2-0 over Maples, which sets us up for our... Oh, yeah, it is. Sets us up for our losers round. We are waiting to see the results of number 2, but number 3 is going to be Mage versus Maples. Sick stuff. Oop. That needs to always be on top. Yo, Dream World, thank you so much for the follow. Thanks so much, guys, for giving us the follow on our Twitch page. We really appreciate that. You guys can check out all sorts of stuff, all related Alpha X, by checking out our Facebook page. We have our Twitter, Patreon, YouTube. There's all sorts of great stuff. I know that there is some sponsor information that I'm going to have to dig out here, because I have not done this in a while. So, I can find something. I know Sushi's watching. And the moment he hears this, he's going to be like, oh, I have scripts for him. Guys, I'm going to drop this to a quick break. You guys are watching the Alpha X Clash of Continents North American Qualifier. Tomorrow will be EU, but tonight it is all NA all the time. My name is Rushy. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. More games coming up soon.
Nuclear missile ready.
All right, welcome back, folks. We are jumping into our next game here. This is going to be our first winners semifinals. We're going to see how we handle all the casting here tonight, because we do have that losers bracket, which does throw a little bit of a wrench into things. But enough of that for now. We're going to jump into our semi-final match here on the top side of the bracket, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Cyber Forest LE. This is our light blue Zerg. Give it up for Star Killer. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, our green Protoss. Playing for Quasar. This is Print F. Now, if you aren't familiar with our good friend Print F here, he's a big fan of the cannon. And almost immediately, we are going to find ourselves in a cannon rush scenario. Now, Starkiller does need to find this, and he does. He is going to get led on a magical journey over to this side of the map. Now, I debate whether or not this is actually as useful as it could be. I suppose it is very strong with the high ground. And seeing as Printf is a professional cannon rusher, I can't help but imagine that this has to be a good thing. This is not a good thing. This is not good. At least not for Starkiller. Starkiller is just going to ignore this altogether, and he is going to run across the map. This is about the best thing that he can do in this moment. Gas steal does take place here, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think Starkiller is just going to jump right in and try and jump on top of Print F. Now, there is a photon cannon going down, and if Starkiller is absolutely fast enough, he can get there and get on top of it. The probe pull is going to be huge. The cannon does get stopped, but now the wall off is complete. Cybercore is up and running back at home. So this now creates kind of an interesting predicament here for Starkiller. He is kind of a divided force right now. But every time these probes get pulled off the line, it is a significant amount of mining time lost. He's going to have to decide if this pylon is worth it. And he is still very, very unsure. However, the pylon is going to go down. So that is going to be lost time here. Nothing is coming out of the gateway. So the roaches are just allowed to come all the way back home. And those are going to be able to pick away at the pylon, and those are going to be able to go uncontested. One Ravager is in the mix. But that pylon is going to go down once again. Now are the roaches going to be able to slip in? No, I didn't think so. So this is actually an insane wall. I love this. I absolutely love this. Probes get pulled off the line once again, and of course those are able to drill their way out. Oh, they get such a 6 around on all of the units that Starkiller has on the opposite side of the wall. But those probes are not very sturdy. They are going to go down in forces 13 once it is all said and done. Meanwhile, over on the left side of the map, a Stalker is out and is going to do some follow-up damage. But a lot of the economic damage has been dealt to Print F. Looks like Starkiller is going to go take a second base, kind of off in the middle of nowhere, hopefully where it does not get found. The Cybercore is going to get finished up here prior to the Immortal getting completed. So it is going to set back the technology. Oh, I thought that stopped for a moment. That was weird. But now we're kind of in a funky place. Technology-wise, Printf is much further ahead. However, Starkiller is in the best spot just because he has options here to deal damage. Now, he does have to be careful because this cannon can still get a lot of work done if these Ravagers want to try and take down this pylon, which they absolutely can, and I think they absolutely should. But he is going to need a lot of Zerglings to help cover this. But what have we always said about a Protoss player with a Warp Prism? Game's not over. So the onslaught here has begun, and this is going to get cleaned up. In fact, the Stalker just bails immediately, is going to need to head home. However, Printf is going to need to build another gateway at this rate. Oh, that Overlord is going to get picked off. Yeah, rip cannons. Printf is going to need to be careful here. He's going to need another gateway if he wants to continue teching up the tree. He's a little supply blocks right now because the pylon over here was dealing some supply. And off we go. A Warp Prism and a Dream. The Immortal and the Stalker are going to move across the map. This pylon wall is not going to be long to the world. So it's going to come down to what kind of damage this can get accomplished over here on this side of the map. The fortunate part is the Ravagers are a little more sturdy against the Stalker and Immortal base composition in this Warp Prism. But what isn't sturdy are these probes against these Lings. 15 Lings go down. And I think that's the only one. Nope, there's two. Where's the second probe? There's a second probe somewhere on the map. Oh, nope, they took care of it. And that's going to be all of the economy for Printf here. Really not a lot of work got done over on this side of the map. And GG is called. Starkiller takes game number 1. I cannot say I saw that coming. Very, very good job by our Zerg player from Alpha X. He's representing the team. Way to go. Well played. Take a look at that APM. 235 to 139. Very, very well done by both of our players here. Guys, I would like to take a moment to do a quick shout out for one of our sponsors this evening, Bubba Burger. Bubba Burger is one of our sponsors that helps make events like this possible. Bubba Burger is the #1 branded frozen burger in the United States. Try all 8 of their burger varieties, as well as all of their great new additions. If you guys didn't get a chance to see, I made my own commercial a while back supporting Bubba Burger when they first started supporting Alpha X and the StarCraft 2 scene. So we're really grateful. I'll have to make sure to show that to you guys. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to make, and they were a lot of fun to make and eat. So make sure to check them out. I go to my local Target to pick up Bubba Burgers for myself. So check them out when you get a chance. We're gonna hop into game number 2 here on Acropolis. Very, very good stuff. Printf is going to have to kind of scrabble this one together. However, I bet this is a rather good map for him in regards to getting a good cannon fortification down. But he is going to have to fight this man to do it, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Acropolis. This is our light blue Zerg. Give it up. I want to see you in the chat for Starkiller. And spawning in the top left, our green Protoss player. He's down 0-1. He needs your energy. Give it up for Quasars. Printf. And so it begins once again. This is a man who loves his cannon. That's just the way life is. Pylon is going to start all the way back towards the ramp. And it's going to be the second follow-up probe that is going to complete the gateway and the cannon across the map. It's actually crazy how fast that timed out. He's actually just going to go right into a gateway since there is no pressure coming out from Starkiller. Starkiller managing to get both of his gases down. He opened up very, very safe against this. And honestly, it's not a negative thing. This is probably the smart way to play it out. He's going to be able to get his roaches right away, and he's going to have double gas income so that way he can get Ravagers as soon as possible. A couple of cannons are going to poise themselves at the top of this ramp. Overlord's going to scout this and see just how much is being accomplished, but he's going to have to pull this away. Otherwise, he's going to lose that Overlord, and he cannot afford to free up supply. Printf's going to be a little bit smarter this time around. He's going to drop and close his wall just a little bit quicker. However, he did a little bit better job of zoning out any of the possible exits here. Lings can still kind of just along that back little route work their way out and around, but it is going to take just so much extra time to accomplish. I'm not sure if it's entirely worth it. However, he's just going to go straight into a lair timing along with the roaches. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a Nidus come out here. He does have the Overlord in position. So I think Nidus play is certainly a real possibility. Robotics facility is going to be made on this side of the map, which is a change from last game. I think we're in for a good little treat here. Be really easy for Starkiller to pull workers across the map in the Nidus if he so decides to. I'm imagining there it will be. Yep, absolutely. He's going to have to do a little bit of scouting here. He's looking for it, and he is going to see it. So he knows the Nidus is on the way. The question is he going to be able to find it? One cannon does go down in the mineral line, so it's not just going to be a free walk into the main base to make that happen. This is going to be a pretty powerful timing. He's going to have what? He's got 7. He's got 3 more on the way. The Adept sees the Nidus completion, but he doesn't know where the vision is. But he does now. Roaches and Queens come spilling through. I'm kind of surprised he doesn't decide to go straight for this down here, but looks like that is going to be okay. One Stalker does get picked off right away from the focus fire on the roaches. And now finally the pylon is going to get targeted down. Immortal's going to put in a lot of work here. This is going to be a hero unit for our Protoss player. Oh! Does manage to get a full surround on the Immortal, and the Immortal does go down. So now it's just one cannon and probe. There are a couple of shield batteries here, but the roaches are just a little bit too strong. They're going to manage to weasel that out, and I think Starkiller is going to get the best of our Protoss player here. There is an Immortal sitting across the map, but not doing anything of importance at this point. Doesn't want to get caught out. The Warp Prism is going to be on the way, but I think it's going to be too little too late at this point. The Nexus is going to be challenged, and it is the only Nexus on the map for Printf. But that Warp Prism in a Dream is going to come across here. Those units do get split up. Some get sent back home. He'd be really smart to morph some of these into Ravagers. He does at least need another Queen, which is on the way. Current Queen he has is really low. The Immortal needs to only tag it one more time, and it will go down. And now this becomes a very, very difficult battle here for Starkiller. As crazy as it is to say, this is still a winnable game for Printf. But his micro has to be on point. 2 Immortals and Warp Prism. This is a very, very scary composition for our Zerg player. Spire is going to complete here, and if mutas are allowed to be made, this is going to be game over. 3 are on the way. Nexus did fall. So printf is being revealed. There is no economic production for our Protoss player. I think Starkiller actually managed to pick off one of those immortals. It is going to be some mutas coming out of eggs right about now, and this is a game over. GG, and Starkiller takes a 2-0 victory over printf and moves himself on to the winner's final. I'm impressed. Very, very well done. Both players played very well in that matchup. And that is going to be our first winner's finalist. Starkiller moving on to face the winner of Cuddle Bear versus Asuna. We'll go ahead and pop our bracket up here. We are still waiting to have our losers bracket play out. We're gonna ask if there are any losers bracket updates that we need to address and talk about. But Patty Mac versus Daydreamer and Mage versus Maples. We do need to know those setups so that way we can get moving. All right. So it looks like we are waiting for Cuddle Bear and Asuna. They are in their game. Or at least it says Asuna is in game. I assume that that means he is playing his match coming up. Excellent. Excellent, 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 guys. We have another opportunity here to talk about one of our sponsors as well. We already thanked Bubba Burger. Let's also thank 24 Hour Fitness. Events like these would not be possible without the support from our sponsors, such as 24 Hour Fitness. Memberships for 24 Hour Fitness can give you access to either just a single club near you or to all 436 locations nationwide. If you want to achieve your fitness goals and attain your dream body, 24 Hour Fitness will help you accomplish them. So check them out at their website. A quick Google search will get you exactly what you need, but hit them up if you've got one in your area. You can try their free 7-day plan. To get started. And we will be right back, guys. This is the Alpha X Clash of Continents North American Qualifier. My name is Rushy. We'll be right back with more games right after this.
Nuclear missile ready.
right, folks, welcome back. We're going to hop into a new game that is a series already in progress. We're going to jump into Cuddlebear versus Asuna. This is a Darren versus Protoss. Game number 2. Asuna is up 1-0 in this series. So Cuddlebear has a little bit of work to do if he would like to continue in the winner's side of this bracket. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. We've done it. All right, folks. Here we are spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Acropolis LE. This is game number 2. Note the score. Our green Terran playing for Bear Me. This is Cuddlebear. And spawning in the top left, our purple Protoss. Playing for team... This is Asuna. Watch, Asuna's going to be an Alpha X person. Everyone's going to be like, Rushy, I can't believe you don't know your own players. I'm going to go, yeah, I know. I get it. Okay, so... Not an Alpha X person. I feel slightly better. So, it's going to be a rather quiet opening here. Asuna taking advantage of this front wall to confirm that he's going to have an easy second base. But he also is double checking for the proxy as well. Very easy on this map to proxy Reapers. Reapers can hop here, there, and everywhere on this map. A couple of really easy spots right here. Boom, joomp, to climb all the way up into the main base. There aren't as many direct leaping points, but it is still noted that there are enough for him to zip around and be annoying as possible. Cybernetics core is going to go down at the front of the base as well, and just like we had talked about, this is going to provide for the very early nexus here for Asuna. Cuddlebear also doing the same thing, checking for the proxy as the Reaper does get out onto the map. Oh, cute little supply depot is going to go down here and force a chrono out on the Adept. But the shield battery is going to get completed, and that is going to, he is going to sneak through. All right, so we did have a Reaper. Where did the Reaper go? How did I lose the Reaper? Reaper? Oh, well, there it is. Reaper has no kills. Okay. I have no idea here. All right, Reaper is going to come in. Is going to possibly get... Oh, no, not quite. The Reaper cannot out DPS the shield battery. It definitely cannot survive the Adept as well. First Adept is going to walk into the natural and see that there isn't a whole lot there. Cuddlebear senses this and drops, or raises the depot to prevent scouting information. But currently, the Reaper is off doing jumpy boy things. Twilight Council does get planted and then followed up by a Robo Facility, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Glaive Adepts come out once again, although another Stalker is going to be on the menu. A Dark Shrine is going to be the choice for Asuna. So that will provide for some very interesting shenanigans here out of our Protoss player. I would not be surprised to see Archons, especially since Warp Prism is now on the way. Scans are just a little bit too strong against Dark Templar over on this side of the map. So I can't imagine that DTs are going to get a whole lot of work done outside of becoming Archons. It's going to be Cloak. Hello. Hello, please. Oh, he wants to build something. He's building a Raven. Okay. Stimpack is also on the way as well. So this is going to be a primarily bio composition out of our Terran player. But a Warp Prism and a Dream is going to come across the map here. Dark Shrine is about to finish up, so there is going to be a little warp in here. This is exactly going to be, I bet, for Archons, we're going to see 4. Shum, shum, shum. Oh, just 2. 1 Archon? 1 Archon. 1. He's going to take him. All right. Cyclone's ready for the lock-on. And he's going to get it. But now he's got to get away with it. So he's going to have to preserve the scan here. Scan does go down. 1 DT does get crushed. The other DT is going to kind of sit and park in a corner. But it is going to make things really dicey. And it does finally get picked off. The Raven finally coming out. Deals the vision damage that needs to be dealt. Now we are going to finally see an Archon get morphed here on the side of the map. It is going to come with 6 Zealots. So this will be a strong little engagement here from our Protoss player. And charge has been completed. There's nothing in production here for Asuna. This is rather all in. Big warp in here. 6 Zealots is going to come into the main base and deal a little bit of protection damage for the Archon. And now the Marines are exposed. Boys do get pulled off of the line here. And this is going to get dicey really quick. So many workers are going to go down. 23, 24 at a time. As the Marines are going to do everything in their power, this Archon has taken almost no shield damage. DT is going to get warped in along with this as well. Oh, and that is kind of clever. The Raven disables the Archon from dealing any damage. But now it's getting really dire here. These Warpins are getting more and more powerful. 41 workers. The Warp Prism does get killed, so if somehow Cuddlebear can clean this up, he will be in a great place, unfortunately. The assault was too strong. GG is called. Asuna takes game number 2 and is our second winners finalist in the Clash of Continents NA qualifier. No reason to get salty. Although that was a very strong push. I will agree. It was a very strong timing. But very well executed by our Protoss player. So GG to Asuna. Asuna will be moving on to play Starkiller in our bracket. This will be updated soon. I cannot update it because I'm not a mod. Sushi, help. Let's take a look at the losers bracket. Oh, this says 2. Should just be 1. Daydreamer moves on over Patty Mac to play Printf. Mage moves on over Maples. Mage will play Asuna. No, Cuddlebear. Excuse me. Come on. Just got done casting it. So, and these are all best of 1s until we get to the losers final. Losers final will be a best of 3. So imagine what's going to happen here. We're going to cast the winners final. Starkiller versus Asuna. Then we will probably bump down. Hopefully by that point we will have a losers round 3. We might watch that if that game comes up as ready to go. And then we'll take a look at the losers final. That'll be a best of 3. And that will take us up to our finals here, which is a best of 5. But it is possible that that could just be our 2 qualifiers as well. I'll have to see. I'll have to do some research here. Hope you're watching yourselves in the past. Awkward. Guys, we will be right back. We are going to let our players get set up here for the next series. Don't go anywhere. This is the Alpha X Clash of Continents. My name is Rushy. We'll be right back.
Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Whoa. All right, welcome back. I made sure that my headphone audio was active this time because I don't think you guys could hear anything that happened in the last game. So hopefully my hype alone got you through that game. So we are going to get set up here. For our first finals. Now, here's what you need to know. This first game here will determine our first finalist here. So we'll be between Asuna and Starkiller. The winner will go on to the finals. They will be officially qualified for our main event on Sunday. The loser will come down here to the losers final and play the winner of Printf versus Cuddlebear or Mage. That game is yet to be determined. So we're working on that. The winner of the losers final will come up to the finals. And that will be our second qualified player for the main event on Sunday. But these two will still play out a best of 5, seeing as there's $25 on the line. So it is super important, guys, that you hit up that Matcherino code. It is somewhere in here. Let's see. Matcherino. There are Matcherino codes at some point. So, someone can help me. Oh, absolutely. Here we go. The Matcherino code is AXCOCNAQ. Well, I'm going to type this in. You're going to see this 2 minutes ahead of time. But there it sits. Click on that code, guys. Make sure to go out and use that. This is a great opportunity to help fund tournaments like this. Get our players paid. We are ready and set. You do need to sign in to contribute, though. Oh, well, you know. It is what it is. I'll go ahead and take care of that in a moment. But first, we are going to jump in and get settled for this game. Don't you guys like it when you forget you have a window open and then you're casting to the world? Isn't that fun? Fortunately, it hasn't come back to haunt me just yet, but you know, you gotta always be careful. Guys, mind your P's and Q's and your internet etiquette when you're out in the World Wide Web. But enough about that. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Thunderbird. This is our first finals, our winner's final. Playing for Alpha X, this is our light blue Zerg, Starkiller. And spawning in the bottom right of Thunderbird. So purple Protoss, give it up for Asuna. So now, this is quite the funky map here. If you guys haven't played, it's quite the zigzaggy path to get all the way around to your opponent's next base. So you can go zigzaggy this way as well. But either way, it is an incredibly long distance to run if you want to get across the map. So this isn't a great map for cheesy play or super aggressive play, if you will. So So you're seeing both players open up rather safe, rather greedy. Starkiller taking a very rare hatch first approach for him. Now finally getting the pool down. Probe is going to come in and scout that, but that's nothing consequential. It is a Nexus first before the Cyber Core. So it's a very, very greedy, very safe play on this map. Again, nothing too terribly exciting. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. I really appreciate you guys all being here. 30 people watching our stream tonight. That's super cool. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate that. Starkiller manages to get the third base down before the probe has a chance to be a real jerk to him. But so far at this point, we're not going to see anything too terribly crazy happening out of this opening. We're going to have 2 adepts come across the map and do some damage, but not before they take care of the scouting drone. Drone's going to try and get as much scouting done as possible before it meets its inevitable demise. It's going to be a Stargate follow. So, 2 adept into Stargate. Not surprising. Not surprising in the slightest. This is going to be a rather quick evolution chamber out of Starkiller. Starkiller kind of mentioned that he was a little concerned going into this matchup with Asuna. Asuna's very good with unit composition and being very, very aggressive. So it would not surprise me to see Starkiller go into +1 melee into a Baneling buff. Worked out very, very well against Printf. I think it's got some potential here. Adepts are going to jump into the main base, and they are going to get some reasonable damage done. 5 drones going down so far. 6. This has been more than paid for. He is going to lose both of the... adepts, but gosh, I think they've more than paid for themselves. 7 is a lot. Meanwhile, back at home, the follow-up is going to be an Oracle plus Twilight Council. More adepts are on the way. So I fully expect to see more adepts coming out, along with Blaze at some point. There goes the Baneling Nest. So the Baneling Nest is going to be on the menu here, and these are probably going to be the Banelings that get morphed in across the map. Vision is getting cleared for Asuna, so it's going to eliminate the fear of any Nidus play that could be coming, but we know that it's not going to be the case. Lair Tech hasn't even been started. It's not even going to be a dream. We're going to have 9 Banelings get morphed in. And it's actually just going to be 5. And then it's going to be a Ling Flood. This is going to time out close with +1. The Oracle is going to get a little bit of work done. He is going to cement the fact that this is going to be coming all in. 7, 8. Oh, is he going to lose it? He is going to lose the Oracle. So this is kind of do or die moment for Starkiller. 39 to 62. Oh, this is not a good position for Starkiller to be in. +1 has just finished. This is his time. He has to go. This shield battery is just too much for him. GG is called, and Asuna holds the door in game number 1. Very well played. Wonderful. All right, so heading into game number 2 here. This is just a best of 3. It'll be the official finals before this will become a best of 5. We're gonna check and see if our other matchup is en route. And for Cuddle Bear and Mage, and I don't see either of them in the lobby, so hopefully they are set and ready to go. Because we do need them to finish up. We will probably get a chance to see Print F versus the winner of Cuddle Bear and Mage. So that'll be fun. I'm all for that. No. No. There we go. Alrighty. We are moving on to Acropolis LE, spawning into the bottom right-hand corner. Our light blue Zerg, he needs some energy. Give it up for Starkiller. And spawning in the top left, our purple Protoss. Holding the wall, continuing to harass. This is Asuna. This is, again, another interesting map in this pool that allows the players to kind of turtle in. This is going to be great for Asuna, not so great for Starkiller. Starkiller is definitely looking to get aggressive in this game, and there aren't a whole lot of great options for him. Really hard to fly an Overlord in here undetected. You could get in over here to do some Nidus play, but it does make it really tricky. So while we get this game going, folks, let me know in the chat. We've just had some recent news about upcoming patch changes. What are your guys' thoughts? Biggest news coming out of it? Big warp prism, nerf, huge stim change, going from like 120 seconds to 108, something ridiculous like that. Infested Terran getting a little bit of a nerf. Carriers getting a buff. Dang. Talk about the changes in Ghosts getting a brand new ability to make EMPs slightly bigger. Tell us what your thoughts are in chat here as we get this game rolling in place. Asuna scouting for the third base, but doesn't find anything, so he's not feeling too terribly threatened. He's going to open up the exact same way, going into Stargate after pumping out 2 Adepts. 2 Adepts, man, pretty good. He's going to keep the probe at the third base expansion just to prevent an easy expansion from occurring. Adept is going to push across the map. Isn't going to wait for the second one. Just going to take the first one and go for a stroll. Front door is wide open. These Lings are going to be able to run on in and get a little bit of scouting information. I kind of wondered if they'd go after some probes there on the bottom of the ramp. Unfortunately, not quite. So all they are going to get to do now that the Adept is here is just get a little bit of scouting and confirm that there is in fact a Stargate. The Phoenix is going to be the opening choice. So behind that, he's going to choose just a drone, really heavy. No pressure incoming in the immediate time. Adept's not getting any kills. He is going to have to wait for her buddy to come on in here before she is going to be able to get any work done. The wall off has already occurred here. Spine crawler in the middle. So the spine is just going to be temporary, but the Roach Warren and the Evo Chamber are going to be stationary parts of this wall. Lair Tech is on the way. I do have a feeling. I do have a feeling that Nidus play is going to come into play, but this Phoenix is going to create a lot of problems for that, killing off the Overlords at the perimeter of Asuna's base. So this Phoenix is just going to kind of cruise around and check out for any other stray Overlords. It is going to catch this Overlord, which is going to be real unfortunate for Starkiller. That's going to be 2 Overlords gone down for free. Transitioning into a second Stargate, so Phoenix is going to continue to be his choice of tech here, and that's going to be really strong. A couple of spores do go down. It's not going to allow the Phoenix to harass an extra amount, but the Oracle is going to cause a little bit of panic here for Starkiller. Oracle comes on in, sees that he doesn't have a really good angle on any of the drones. Does take a lot of damage. Actually goes down for nothing more than just a tag on the worker line. That's actually a really good pickup for Starkiller. It's not devastating damage by any stretch, but It's a good pickup in terms of a little bit of momentum shift. +1 air weapons are on the way for Asuna. It's going to make these Phoenix ever stronger. Phoenix is going to harass the Overlord. So he does need to pull all of these back. He's going to be really careful, or he's going to spend a lot of money trying to repair his supply account. Also picking up a robotics facility behind this, I imagine for a workman. 11 roaches are on the way, and no Nidus to be seen at this point. No, Finecrawler did get. Roaches are going to be showing their hand here at this point, so the Phoenix are going to come back across the map. Although he does have a whole bunch piled up here. Looks like 6 or 7. There's the 7. There's 8. So 8 Phoenix are going to meet these roaches head on. And these roaches are just going to get picked off one by one. There is a healthy amount of zealots going to be warped in here. So this is not going to be very effective for Star Killer. He's going to do everything in his power to try and knock this down. Unfortunately, the Phoenix is just going to have way too much energy. He's going to pick up all of these roaches and whittle them away one by one. Third base is going to get secured for both players. This is a ridiculously good spot for Asuna to be in. Twilight Council is on the way as well. Asuna just kind of getting a potpourri of everything. But what's really going to happen here now is the devastating damage by these Phoenix as they fly in and check out every little piece of drone and queen that they can find. Plenty of energy on a lot of these Phoenix are going to create a lot of problems. And actually, if he positions himself just right, he's got free pickings on a lot of Overlords here. A couple of Spore Crawlers are going to make this a little bit more difficult to get to. The Queens are just caught out of position. He's able to single them off and pick them off one by one. Suddenly, this is looking just really dire for Starkiller. There are 7 Hydras out on the way, and there are a few already on the map. But I can't help but feel that this is not going to be enough. Charge is going to be a follow-up for this as well. So that's going to create a lot of natural counter to those Hydras. Hydra range also in production. +2 is actually just about to finish, so they're going to have a lot of firing potential. But there's going to be a glass cannon army here. It's got to be really careful. Does manage to get underneath of these Phoenix. Phoenix are just way too fast. Not able to pick off enough, but did a healthy amount of damage. So at least Asuna will probably not just dive in on top of a base, knowing that there are spores scattered throughout. And there's a really sizable Hydra army as well. But the third base is already mostly saturated here for Asuna. This is getting really, really dicey. 46 workers for Starkiller to 64 of Asuna. Anytime that you have that big of a worker disparity between a Zerg and anybody, you're just not in for a good time. Phoenix are going to leap on in here. Ooh, then one does get picked off for virtually nothing. But the Observer is going to see the large Hydra force moving out. That is a lot of Hydras. I will give Starkiller some credit here. He does have a very nice army composition. It's very strong against this predominantly Phoenix force. Oh, thank you. But it is going to take a little bit of meat of the roaches to help soak up some of the damage here on this side of the map. But these Hydras are ready to go in. They're just going to kind of jump. Ooh, a couple more Phoenix do get whittled away at. So excellent here. We're going to stay up high. The Adepts are going to be very, very good at creating a lot of damage. The shield batteries are slowly getting picked away at. There is 2 Colossus that are going to do incredible damage. No thermal lance at this point, so this could potentially be very, very devastating. But unfortunately, there is just not enough to do here. I have questions. I was thinking, oh, maybe that's not I don't have questions anymore. I was thinking that the Phoenix picking up was hallucinated, but no such luck. GG is called, and Asuna, with a very convincing game number 1 and 2, moves on to our finalist spot, and he will be your first qualified finalist for the Clash of Continents, coming from North America. Yay! We're so happy. GG to Asuna. Looks like we might get a chance to watch this. So it looks like we have 3 more series. We're going to be able to watch the best of 1 here between Print F and Cuddle Bear in the bottom bracket. Yeah, there we go. Typing is hard. So we're going to watch that best of 1. The winner of Print F versus Cuddle Bear here, this is best of 1, will go to take on Starkiller in the losers finals, which will then bump us up into our overall finals. Well done. Good, good, good. Guys, until then, we're going to take a short break. I'm going to grab a quick drink, use the restroom, and make sure that I am ready to go. Don't you guys go anywhere too far. Feel free to take care of your personal needs as we continue to wrap up here with the Alpha X Clash of Continents. This is the NA Qualifier, day number 1. My name is Rushy. Don't go anywhere. We have a few more series coming up right after this.
Nuclear missile ready.
Alright, welcome back everyone to the Alpha X Clash of Continents North American Qualifier. We have a best of 1 in store for you between Print F and Cuddle Bear. Winner of this match will move on to play Starkiller in the losers final. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. I appreciate you being here. There we go. Thank you so much for supporting our channel as well. We'll talk a little bit about the details with Alpha X here in just a minute. But first, spawning in the top left corner of Thunderbird is our green Protoss player playing for Quasar. Give it up for Cuddle Bear. And spawning in the bottom right, or blue Terran playing for Bear Me. Give it up for Cuddle Bear. All right, here comes the Forge. Here comes the Expand. And here comes the shenanigans. Guys, if you're enjoying the games that you're seeing here, make sure to check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/alphaxsc2. So many cool opportunities where we can offer professional show matches. I've had the chance to cast for some of them, and they're absolutely outstanding. Getting to interview the IEM Katowice world champion, super cool. But enough about that right now. We do have ourselves an aggressive play right now. Gateway and Photon Cannon do manage to get down, and the Photon Cannon is actually wedged in there nice and good, so this will be able to finish. In fact, I think everything will be able to complete here. It'll just be a matter of whether or not Printf can get any high ground vision. Right now, he does not have anything that he can use to his advantage. But he is able to park the probe on the ramp. It's a matter of how quickly Cuddle Bear can get a sizable amount of Marines out. Marines are going to start edging their way forward. And he's not going to be allowed to deal any damage here. Right now, this is starting to look rather dire for Printf. Cuddle Bear's got a pretty good stronghold at the top of this ramp. A couple more cannons are getting put into place. But right now, there just is not a whole lot to work with for Printf. Another gateway is going to go down back behind here. So Printf is going to hold the low ground. So far, Cuddle Bear is doing a very strong job of making sure that he does not just lose immediately here at the beginning. These Marines are going to clear up this gateway. The first stage of this battle is now complete. Shield battery is going to get completed here. This bunker's going to go down at the top of this ramp. Moving production back, this is a very smart move by Cuddle Bear while he still has the opportunity. Widow Mines are going to be the choice coming out of the factory for Cuddle Bear. Very, very interesting. I can't say that I've ever seen a cannon rush go to this potential with a Terran player. At this point, I would just say, Terran, just lift and move over here, or something funky. Who knows? Looks like Printf's considering expanding here behind all of this. We'll have to see what he actually decides to do. He does have an Immortal coming out here, and then the Warp Prism as well. Shades up to get a little bit of vision, and the supply depot is going to go down. There is nothing coming over to heal it, so a little bit of a supply block here now for Cuddle Bear, stuck right at 47. And that shade is going to be very, very useful to provide some very crucial vision here. Does see the mine come down, so there's actually two mines right now. Oh, he's gonna be very, very careful though. That Warp Prism will just immediately, very, very clever play here by Printf. Dodging the mines with the pickup. Color me impressed. That was actually really cool. But now with the Viking out, this provides a little bit more interesting play for our Protoss player. He's going to need another shield battery. He's down to just one that is full at the current moment. Shield batteries don't recharge as fast as they otherwise would. A couple of Adepts shade into the backside of the base, but don't find anything of consequence. Stimpak's just about finished here, and these Marines are going to go to work. Once they have those done, they're going to hop into a medevac, and they're just going to take off. They're going to try and get as much work done here on this side of the map as possible, and there is no cannon. Folks, there are no cannons in this base. Only now is a Twilight Council and a Stargate going down. And neither one of those are going to defend against a medevac full of Stimpak Marines. Sensing that there is trouble, he does recall the Warp Prism back home. So this is actually going to be okay right now. Here comes the drop at this point. The Adepts are going to do some nice little work here. The little micro pulls back the weakened Adepts. It actually loses 3 Marines for no loss on Printf's side. Very, very tricky micro here. The tanks do move forward and are within siege range of the cannons and one of the shield batteries. This is actually going to be probably the end of this forward push for Printf, and this is actually starting to look rather dire. This is a very good pickup over here for Printf, but Printf's going to lose on the home front. Suddenly this is looking very, very dire for Printf, for our green Protoss player. Zealot Legs just getting started up for our green Protoss player. 2 more gateways going down, bringing him up to a total of 4. He does not have a robotics facility either. So no more Immortals. He does have 2, and a Warp Prism, and a Dream. You're just going to tell me you're just not going to see that. Excuse me. Oh. Okay, finally now he does. This was a little silly though. Alright. Scans the natural just to make sure that there is no not overseer, but observer. And now the big push begins. 16 Marines are going to move across the map. Observer will scout it though. I think Cuddlebear saw the glass shape. So even though even though these are invisible units, if you look very carefully, you still can see.
This better be good.
You still can see it
Command
fly.
center upgrade complete.
Here comes a drop here in the second base of Printf. Oh, the Warp Prism does get caught out, so the Warp Prism immediately falls. Both of the barriers are popped on the Immortals, but not as bad as that could have been had they both been loaded up into that Warp Prism. And without a robotics facility still, there is no call for a second Warp Prism. So he's going to be Warp Prismless for this big push, and I think this is going to be a knockout, drag-out fight here for Cuddlebear. He's up 59 to 15 army supply. It's pretty good. I think Printf's going to see this army. Tap out. He's going to try his best, though. One of the barriers does get popped on one of these Immortals. A couple of warped-in Zealots are going to run to the front. Unfortunately, they're just running to their doom. One tank gets killed, and I think that's about all Printf could have hoped to do. GG is called, and Cuddlebear takes this best of 1 and moves himself on to the losers final to face Starkiller. GG, well played by both of our players. All right, losers final. Very, very good game so far. How about our players, folks? I know not everybody's able to walk away with a victory tonight, but these guys are playing out of their minds, doing a fantastic job, and making sure that they always play their hearts out. So congratulations to these guys. We've got a lot of fun games to look forward to still, but we've had a lot of great games. Speaking of games, I want to talk about one more of our sponsors here for this stream, GameStop. GameStop has always given power to the players, and now they're bringing it specifically to esports players. GameStop's new program features coaching and more from some of the world's most prominent teams and players. Visit GameStop's website through the Matcherino quest to learn more and donate to our prize pool. So thank you so much, GameStop, for supporting our tournaments and esports scene. And make sure to support them by checking out all of their great content. Guys, we're going to take a short break as we get ready for the losers match. This is going to be Cuddle Bear versus Starkiller. Don't go anywhere. My name is Rushy. This is the Alpha X Clash of Continents North American Qualifier. We'll be right back right after this.
Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Clash of Continents North American Qualifier. We have a little bit of an interesting twist here. So right as we went into our break, Cuddle Bear notified us that he was unable to continue playing this evening. So he decided to forfeit his spot to his opponent, Print F, who will now be playing in the losers final here against this man spawning in the top right-hand corner of Turbo Cruise 84. This is our light blue Zerg playing for Alpha X. This is Star Killer. And spawning in the bottom left, our green Protoss, who has been given an extra life in this tournament. Let's hope he uses it to his fullest advantage. This is Print F of Quasar Gamers. Now I took a chance to listen to the headphone audio just a tiny bit and noticed that the audio was still a little bit loud. Last time I listened, so here we are on this map, and what an interesting choice here to put the cannons in the warp field. So this is a time warp field where everything is slowed down. Oh! Units that move are slowed down, but I imagine cannons that don't move have no issues whatsoever. Gateway pylon and cannon are going to be allowed to go down. Oh, and he does get down another gateway. So this photon cannon is going to be allowed to finish. This is going to get a lot of damage accomplished once it is finally allowed to finish. Ooh, but it's not going to be allowed to stay powered. This is actually a very good response by Star Killer. Star Killer has nothing in production other than the Lings and drones, and I think this is going to be enough. He's going to be able to kill this off and get a couple more seconds of reprieve here before everything is allowed to finish. Although this could be the tricky one. I think this is now finally going to do it for Prince F. He's got just enough. Oh. I don't quite know how to read this. There is still no wall. Finally now a wall goes down. And suddenly, this is kind of looking pretty grim for our light blue Zerg player. Zealots are getting moved out here as the Lings are just now choosing to go for... Ooh, ooh, ooh. No! Oh no! He's just gonna get close enough. Oh, he's done it. Oh, he doesn't save it though. Oh gosh. All right, so Star Killer is now finally starting to take a second hatchery here. A couple more Zealots are on the way, and this is where life's gonna get a little dicey. There really is not a lot here for Star Killer. Star Killer kind of came out on the rough side of this engagement. So these Zealots are gonna be able to push these drones all the way around. In fact, they're going to have to run away completely. They're going to start working on the hatchery, but they are going to position themselves so that way they can be there when the queen pops out. Lings do manage to make them run around, so he's not quite paying attention. A couple more Zealots are going to go in after the drones. The Zergling surround was nice, but it just was not enough. And now the Queen goes down, and it is 4 Zealots against a handful of Zerglings and drones. And the drones are going to start falling, although they do get some nice surrounds on these Zealots. While it is nice damage, I don't think it is going to be exactly what Starkiller is looking for, as he is a hurting unit. All the Lings do finally fall. GG is finally going to have to be called. Print F takes game number 1 in convincing fashion here. Doing a fantastic job of using the warp field to his advantage. Very, very good start to this series for Print F. We'll have to see if our good friend Starkiller can pull this one back from the brink. He's come so far. He doesn't want to walk away empty-handed now. If he wins these next 2 games, he will be able to be the second qualifier for the Clash of Continents North American qualifier. But if he does drop game number 2, then Print F will take his place as well. We're going to go to Acropolis. Acropolis should be a good map. We should have some fun here in store. I'm ready. My body is ready. My brain, my heart, my soul, everything is ready here for game number 2. Ooh, try and get that microphone properly placed. And off we go to Acropolis. We do have this really, really nice little choke. This is important. This will be good. Huh. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Acropolis. Our light blue Zerg, his life's on the line. He needs this game. This is Starkiller. And spawning in the bottom left, playing for Quasar Gamers. This is our green Protoss, Print F. And here it goes. Off he goes across the map. It's going to be not if, but when he drops his first pylon. And it seems like putting his pylon at this ramp is an incredibly smart choice. Because it's rather protected, and it does prevent any units from sneaking out. Now, Starkiller did decide to open up hatch first, which is interesting. It's an interesting choice to go for here. Gateway is on the way first. The forge is all the way done. So cannons can come out as soon as possible. Has Starkiller forgotten? Does he realize he's still playing Print F? Starkiller, help. Help. You need an adult. You need an adult. Starkiller. Oh, 4 Lings is not enough. Does he know? He's gotta know. I mean, he doesn't know, but he's gotta know, right? Oh boy. Okay. Okay. The EPM was off the charts. All right, so that is going to get cleaned up. So that's actually a nice pick. Okay, so now he sees it. I mean, maybe this is good. Maybe this is a good thing. I guess I haven't really been thinking of the logistics of this. So this is all creeped out. There's really not any place for buildings. This is still rather deadly. You can easily get a spine or 2 outside of vision. Maybe I'm underthinking this. Maybe I haven't thought this through enough. The one thing that I would do, though, is I would get Ravagers for this. But it looks like he's just waiting for Speed to finish up here. It's going to be about another 10 seconds before Speed's done, and he's just going to bombard this position. There is one cannon all the way tucked in back where it is protected. But here it comes. Link Speed is allowed to finish. And just in time is the shield battery. But I think there's going to be enough DPS on the one cannon. First cannon does go down. It's a rather nice position here for Starkiller, but he's just running out of firepower. And unfortunately, he's going to have to push back. No game heart, so I will do my best to click on everything. Second wave of Lings does come in. The second cannon is killed. But I think it's just going to be too much. Yeah, a couple more cannons here are allowed to finish. Warp Prism and an Immortal are on the way. A Spine Crawler is in production, but there's no extra drones anywhere. Gas is all but non-existent for Starkiller. I think he took exactly 100, and he's just maxing out on Lings as much as he can. I'd love to see 2 more Queens come out to really put pressure on this Warp Prism. He's got to know the Warp Prism's on the way, but the Warp Prism is going to be allowed to kind of zoom around, and honestly, with just 1 Queen, that's not going to be too tall of a task. He is going to start tickling this Warp Prism, but the shield battery is going to do more than enough work. Second Immortal is out on the map. I think that's going to make this all but impossible. Does get a nice surround, but surrounds mean nothing when you have a Warp Prism. Queen is just about dead. And the Queen's down. And next will be the Spine, which finally goes. Yeah, unfortunately, this is looking great for Printf. It's looking great for him. Nothing in production for Printf. Printf has turned in 100% focus on his pickup micro. I love that Starkiller is finally picking up more Queens. I wish this would have been sooner. Some very, very tight micro here to leapfrog these all the way around. Ooh, so close to picking one off, but I don't think there's going to be a scenario where he allows Starkiller to kill any of these. 2 more Immortals are on the way. Oh, look at these! Oh, one did go down. Oh. Does he just GG? I think he just has to GG out. Chat, what do you think? I mean, how? How could he let this happen? He's brought shame to his family. Oh, that shield battery being the absolute hero. Yeah, and this is all but, I mean, this is all over with the Cryon at this point. It's only going to work away at the hatchery, and once the hatchery falls, this is going to be officially a GG. Nice little surround. Does some really great micro tricks. Starkiller certainly not going down without a fight. Very, very impressed with his tenacity and his playstyle. Ooh, the Warp Prism is getting dangerously low, but unfortunately, running out of Zerglings is just a little too strong. And this is going to finally be the end of this base. Oh, going to gently micro back, take care of the Lings. One more Queen does show up to the party. But again, this is all over with the Cryon at this point. Well played by our blue Zerg. GG is called, and Printf on the second life is officially qualified for the Clash of Continents. Congratulations, sir. Well done. He will be moving on to the overall finals. It will be a PvP. Oh, I'm so happy. Maybe my worst matchup to cast. I absolutely love it. We'll be good, though. We'll be just fine. Guys, we're going to take a short break while we get things set up for our finals. It will be a best of 5. I might see if I can pay off one of the players. No, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say to just make it quick, but no. We have integrity. We're going to fight to the bitter end and make sure that we have some great games here. Guys, hit up that Match Arena link in the chat. About the time you hear this, you're going to see it go down. Click on that link, type in the code, help us get our $25 prize paid out tonight to our players. We're going to get set up here. My name is Rushy. This is the Alpha X Clash of Continents North American Qualifier. We'll be right back for one more series. Don't go anywhere.
Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
welcome back to our grand finals of the evening. This is going to be a PvP. One man has kept his life alive in the top winners bracket. The other man has been given a second life and a chance to play for glory and $25. So, who will survive? We shall find out. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. This is our purple Protoss player playing for himself. This is Asuna. And spawning in the top left, our green Protoss player on life number 2. Give it up for Print F of Quasar Gamers. So now, if you take a look at the score, you'll see that Asuna is already up 1-0. This is because in the double elimination bracket rules, player that is coming from the top side of the bracket, the winner's bracket, automatically has a 1-game advantage over their opponent. Oh, there's no way. There's no way he accidentally missed it. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, don't do it. Oh. Oh, that's funny. I mean, that's just like almost hilarious. So one cannon is going to be allowed to finish here. And now it just becomes a game of SimCity. How far forward can Print F leapfrog his cannons? He's got to be careful not to go leapfrog too far forward. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to get them completed. This is going to be a little more reasonable start for him. First cannon is going to complete. 2 already killed right off the top. And unfortunately for the Zealot cannot do any work on this forward pylon and forward cannon because of the cannon that's already finished. And I think this is actually, I mean, we've got to be getting close to game over here. All right. Stalker is trying to get rushed out here. So a couple of Stalkers in a Dream are going to be coming down. That Zealot is going to get picked off. That's a nice little pick off here. Stalker is just out of reach for right now, but now it is in danger. Oh, that probe dangerously low. I think this is all but over. 1 down, 1 to go. For the glory of the Forge! Yikes. This is a big move. Right here. 1 cannon gets killed. That's the casualty count for Brunette. Oh, that was an Artosis pylon. I didn't even look that close. Oh. This is, are we watching Grandmasters or is this Diamond Ladder? I can't tell. But this Nexus is going to go down. And once this Nexus goes down, it's over. It's over anyways. GG! Print F takes game number 1 and ties this series up. Impressive. Impressive stuff. Well played by our Protoss commander here. We're going to go into game number 2. Game number 2 is going to be on, well, that was Thunderbird. Yeah, so we're going to go to Turbo Cruise. Oh, so this will be interesting. This is going to have the, little warp, I don't even know what you call it. Stasis warp, something like that. Something goofy. Guys, great opportunity here to check out our match Reno. I'm going to type it again in the chat. Everyone take advantage of these awesome opportunities. Oh, I may have inadvertently teased that this game is over. Whoops. My bad. Sorry if I sort of spoiled that cannon rush for you, but I think by this point, I'm just kind of peeking at it. Yeah, it looks pretty dire. So, make sure to check out that link. We are getting close to the end here, so if you are interested and willing to help support, please do. We certainly take all kinds. If you want to be a bigger supporter, you want to be one of our Patreons, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/alphaxsc2. Totally worth your time. We really appreciate it if you do. All right, here we are in Turbo Cruise 84, spawning in the top right. All evened up. But this purple Protoss is not out of it yet. This is Asuna. And spawning in the bottom left, our green Protoss. He's on life number 2. He's even green, like Luigi, like player 2. Oh, he's done it. This is Quasar Gamers Printer F. Printer F? Something like that. Yo, Nemesis, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Welcome to the grand finals here between our two opponents. Also, thank you so much, guys, for everyone that's followed today. Big shout out to Sniper for the bits earlier. I didn't get a chance to call you out earlier. Thank you so much for all the support. Really does mean a lot to us. As we get into game number 2 on this wonderful map that we have here. Ooh, the pro blocking is just a little bit stronger this time. Actually, Asuna dropping his own pylon this time to cause a problem. Kind of wedges himself in there. Does get a gateway up on the high ground. Kind of moving his operations up top, but I don't think he's going to be able to get the positioning that he's looking for here. Yo, Enki, thanks so much for the host. You guys picked a really good time. This game is mighty interesting. I looked away. Did the probe die? I think the probe died. The probe died. This is pretty much all wrapped up. Yeah, here comes the second probe. Second gas is taken. Hey, does he get a pylon down? He is going to fight for it. That is for sure. A couple of probes do get pulled off the line here to try and deal with everything, and he is just dropping pylons wherever they will fit. Oh, and that does get picked off. There is not a second probe headed out across the map. So I am guessing, well, there it goes. Oh, I don't even have an idea what to do at this point. Because even if he does get the Zealot out, which he will get this Zealot out, 1 against 2, which is not a good number. GG is called. Asuna takes game number 2. Very, very nice play. Asuna doing a nice job. And that's really how you have to shut this down, is it's all about those probe positionings. So the strategy that you have to go for, maybe you're not familiar with how to deal with a Print F's pylon placement rush, is you get your worker to patrol in a space, and you can't build a building there. It's kind of the same way like when a probe comes across the map in ZVP, or PVZ in that case, and sits in place of the hatchery. Can't build a building. That means that he can't drop his cannon, he can't drop the gateway, or he can't drop it where he wants to drop it. Yeah, it's and just it's all strategy at that point. Spammed the steamed ham to feed Alpex Nem, and then Xenodactyl coming in with the classic pig emoji, killing it. So we're headed into game number 3, guys. As soon as up 2-1, granted, remember, I know I said the right game number. Asuna gets a 1-game lead for coming out of the winner's bracket. All right. Huh. P. No. Spawning in the top right, our purple Protoss. He's up 2-1. This is Asuna. And spawning in the bottom left, our green Protoss playing for Quasar Gamers. This is Print F. Not Printer F. Printer F, I barely know her. Yeah, guys, I'm not a very good comedian, so, you know, it's fine. All right, so this one's gonna go relatively uncontested here. Opening a double gateway. Triple gateway. I don't think I've ever seen this. Okay, so this looks like a normal cannon rush at this point, but it's not. It's triple gateway off of one pylon. So right now, Asuna is looking for the second pylon. Looking for the second pylon, looking for the second probe. And there isn't one coming. So at what point, he's got a fourth gateway down. So at what point do you realize there's no second probe? What does he know? Okay, so he knows. Okay, so he is transitioned. Printf's going to continue getting pylon placement here, but here comes, this is the real scary part. Here's the actual problem. Zealots are going to charge up on in here. And now it is 2 versus 2. The pylon is rather low, but Printf can afford to lose it. He's going to get another pylon going, and suddenly now he's up to 3. So what do you go for first? Yeah, I was going to say, I think you target the pylon. Okay. Probe's going to body block here to prevent a quick timing from the forward zealot so he can get a good swipe off. See, if he loses the probe, it is okay. Oh my gosh. Valvador, thank you so much for the 400 bits, dude. You are cheering to make this a more exciting game. Guys, can I get some love in the chat for Valvador? Thank you so much for that 400 bits. That is insane, my friend. Thank you so much. 7 probes going down. Yeah, this is looking to be devastating damage here. What a great mix-up by Print F in this game. GG is called, and we're going to go back and forth, folks. This is going to be a fun series, let me tell you. Because this is for match point. Unbelievable. Look, shout out to Cuddle Bear. Right now, I'm going to say it. And I know Printf will say it too. If Printf wins, Cuddle Bear is to thank. Like, hands down. Right there. Printf's going to hear this at some point. Clip it for him, share it to him. He knows it. He said it earlier, and I'll just say it again. Cuddle Bear is the real hero of this matchup. But yo, Valvador, thank you so much for the 400 bits, dude. Going to Cyber Forest. Unbelievable. I'm so hyped right now. So hyped. Thank you so much, guys. Pushing 40 viewers. Get everyone you know in here. This is gonna be a barn burner. So now what do you choose? What do you do? What do you do if you're Asuna? You got to scout better. That's what you got to do. You've got to get probes out as soon as humanly possible. All right. Here it is, folks. This is for all the marbles here. Game number 5, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Cyber Forest LE. Our purple Protoss. Make some noise for Asuna. And spawning in the top left, Luigi himself. Player 2, Playing on borrowed time. This is Quasar Gaming's Print F. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I'm peak hype. I'm ready. My body, my soul, my heart, my mind is ready. So we are going back into cannons. So Print F is going to rely on his bread and butter. All right. Pylon, pylon, pylon. Amazing. All right, but this isn't down and out. Ooh, I like this. Drops his own forge and creates a wall. I love it. All right, so the cannon and the gateway do go down. It is going to be a while before a cannon is available for Asuna. Just to check, back at home, there is gas going down. Okay, so we are anticipating a transition at some point. One cannon is in place. I think this pylon will die before it completes. Maybe not. How far is this away? 150? Nope, he just canceled it. So he's gonna tickle this as long as possible and then he's gonna back out. He can't afford to lose the probes. He can't afford to lose the probes. Smart. Smart man. All right, now what do you do? Oh, Asuna. Oh, you madman. Okay. Pylon and cannon going down into the natural here. We've got a proxy Stargate. Literally one oracle. One hero oracle. Does he have a cannon back at home? He doesn't. Oh. But I think if you show your hand. Oh, I think this is a mistake. This is a mistake, Asuna. This is a mistake. They're both going Stargate. I think this is a mistake. I think he builds one cannon and negates all of the pressure. Oh, nothing's happening. Come on, Print F. You gotta smell what the rock is cooking. Adept is gonna get boosted out here. And this is going down. They're yelling timber as well. Shield battery's gonna go down as well. It's just gonna be a Void Ray. Oh boy. I suppose a Void Ray works in this instance as well. But I would have loved to have seen even just an Oracle go. But this Void Ray is going to do like infinity damage. Here it goes. Gateway does get shut down. Void Ray coming out. But I think it's too late. Yep. This is immediately devastating. Because now what do? There's absolutely nothing you can do. Oh, he is going to warp home his own Void Ray. Oh no! His Void Ray had taken damage. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Probes are pulled off the line, and suddenly this is now game over. Asuna has wrapped this up, provided that this Void Ray here doesn't do game-ending damage. But I don't know. I don't see what can or can't happen here. A third Void Ray is going to pop out, and I think at the point that you have 3 Void Rays, it just does not matter. It doesn't matter how good of a surround you get on this base. These Voids are going to come over here and just, yep. Yeah, goodbye. Goodbye. Asuna taking game number 4, game number 5, however you want to look at it, and winning our $25 prize for tonight. Congratulations to GG Asuna. What a series. That was fun. That was great. That was great. That was just great. So, congratulations to both of our players. Both Asuna and Print F have qualified. for our main event on Sunday. So congratulations to both of them. Asuna is going to be our team captain for North America. Asuna is going to have the opportunity to pick one more player to represent the North American team. And they will be playing against the EU team. That team will be determined tomorrow. Same channel. Same caster. I'll be here casting it out with you. But that will start at 1 p.m. Eastern. So that is 15 hours from now. 15 hours from right now, we'll do the European qualifiers. That will be on Saturday. And then Sunday will be the main event between North America and EU. Brought to you by Alpha X. Miguel, our tournament organizer, he's been our admin tonight, behind the scenes. Absolutely a great guy. Show him some love in chat. Give him a nice little round of applause for putting this together. We are so happy that he is doing this, and I'm happy to be your caster. Thank you so much for joining me. I think we are done. I'm just gonna double check. Just gonna make sure I don't need to do anything else. Guys, make sure to check out all of our different links that we have. Matcherino, do get those codes used. The Matcherino link, ! Matcherino in the chat. We'll get that covered for you. You can always check out our Patreon page if you want to help support us on a bigger level. But of course, check out our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You know, wherever you like to find social media, we're there. We're there, ready to give you more StarCraft content. Of course, check out our YouTube, and make sure to hit that follow button up top. Some of you guys have. Thank you so much to everybody who's followed and supported our stream. Of course, our great sponsors in GameStop, 24-Hour Fitness, and Bubba Burger. Thank you so much. Sector 6 as well for providing apparel. I got to work on getting me a jersey so I can wear this while I'm casting. It'll be a lot of fun, but we will check you guys out at a different time. So for now, so long. Make sure to check us out 15 hours from right now for the EU qualifiers for our Clash of Continents main event on Sunday. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Rushy. You can catch me at twitch.tv/RushySC. I'm a school teacher by trade and a passion lord by night. And the passion is slowly ramping up steam here in the summer. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I look forward to seeing you guys in our next stream. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Nuclear missile ready.